And we begin at 6 with the fallout from a military operation in Mexico that left a top cartel boss dead. Good evening once again, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams.
I'm Jonathan Gonzalez in for Michael. Much of that violence has ended, but tonight uncertainty remains. That operation, assisted by U.S. intelligence, set off a wave of violence in places including Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara. Americans ordered to shelter in place as cars were set on fire by members of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. Hundreds of flights have also been canceled.
We have live team coverage as people in Mexico remain on alert. We're going to begin right now with NBC4's Karma Dickerson. She is live at LAX. Karma.
We're coming to you from LAX right now, where for the most part we've seen a quieter day unfold, but there still have been some notable travel disruptions that really have left people who are trying to leave here from LA to those affected parts of Mexico shaken.
Chaos in some parts of Mexico has led to confusion.
They all had to work today, and now they're stuck here. We don't even know what's going on.
Worry for family, for her country, desperation, missing her daughter's wedding.
We're going to cancel her. We just checked in. We're going to cancel it right now. Because my daughter said, we love you to be here, but your safety are first priorities.
Just some of the stories from Jalisco, Mexico bound U.S. travelers today. Sunday, Mexican armed forces killed the leader of a major drug cartel. The resulting violence in some parts of the state of Jalisco, which includes major city Guadalajara and popular tourist destination Puerto Vallarta, continues to disrupt travel. Monday afternoon, outbound flights from the state of Jalisco were hit and miss. Some canceled, some delayed, some proceeding as normal.
Because she's been having issues. She couldn't contact Valaris through the phone. She couldn't do anything through the app. Everything is saturated. So we just drove here to figure out to see if they're able to find a flight to go back home, or they have to be here for a few extra days.
Meanwhile, Nor Velasco is back at the airport for a second time today. Her flight home to Guadalajara was canceled abruptly yesterday. She arrived 6 hours early for her flight scheduled for this evening, just to be safe. I hope everything gets back to normal, she says. There are many places, businesses, cars burned. Airports are not shut down in Mexico, though due to violence on the streets, travel to and from airports in places like Guadalajara and Puerto Vallarta has ranged from impossible to inadvisable. However, several flights in the region have departed for LAX today. For those on either side of the border wanting to change their travel plans without penalty, some major airlines, including United, American, and Southwest, have issued travel waivers.
Travelers should look to see if they can self-serve first and foremost.
Katie Nastro is a travel expert with travel site Going.com. She says if you can't change your plans online and want to avoid a long telephone hold time, try this alternative.
We want to make sure that you're also going through the international customer service lines for your airline. Any agent around the world is able to help you because they're able to look in the back end just the same.
And Katie had another recommendation, which is check the credit card you use to book your trip. Some credit cards, particularly travel credit cards, have a benefit of insuring parts of your trip if you booked your trip with that credit card. So definitely get in touch with your credit card company and find out what, if any, protections you have, potentially getting reimbursement for things like an extra night in a hotel, or maybe extra food, or a more expensive transportation tour from the airport. Reporting live from LAX, Karma Dickerson, NBC4 News.
Karma, thank you. Now, for more context, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel has built a reputation as one of Mexico's most violent and fastest growing criminal groups. Our Mekahlo Medina joins us now with just how dangerous this organization has been and what authorities fear could come next here, Mac.
Well, Jonathan, this cartel really started as a regional force in Mexico, really has grown into one of the most aggressive cartels in the entire country. So much so that investigators say once that cartel feels pushed or cornered, they have a history of striking back and striking back hard.
When there's a fight for who controls turf, there's going to be violence.
Former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense Sergio de la Peña says that's exactly what's happening right now. Hours after cartel leader Nemesio Cero Cervantes, or El Mencho, was killed this weekend, the violence erupted in the state of Jalisco. It is the stronghold for the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, or CJNG, that emerged around 2010. The U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration identifies CJNG as one of Mexico's most powerful transnational criminal organizations. with a foothold in many states in Mexico and with a major role in trafficking fentanyl and methamphetamines into the United States. From there, the DEA says the cartel expanded quickly, using a mixture of alliances, coercion, and violence to push into key trafficking corridors. DEA analysts describe the cartel structure as decentralized, made up of semi-autonomous cells that can keep operating even after arrests or leadership losses.
They have some type of continuity of operations where they have somebody designated to take over in case the boss is taken out.
And it has certainly happened before when federal law enforcement in Mexico struck cartel leaders in 2015. In April of that year, suspected CJNG gunmen ambushed a police convoy in Jalisco, killing 15 state police officers there. That same month, during a federal security operation, CJNG gunmen shot down a Mexican military helicopter, an escalation confirmed by the Mexican Defense Ministry. And in 2020, the cartel is blamed for killing 9 people, including minors at an arcade in Michoacan after a fight for turf.
This could develop in a situation where the cartel continues to function with different leadership, or it could be that if there's fractures within the organization, we're going to see those as well.
Sergio says that it's important now more than ever that the U.S. work with Mexico to try to make sure they can minimize this cartel now that it's down before they can rebuild again. I'm Mekahlo Medina. Now back to you.
Mac, thank you. And you can read much more about El Mencho and his death on our NBC LA website right now. We'll have more updates on air and online as we get them.